Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's coffee talk. Obviously, it's 9/11, and I wanted to take a moment in remembering all of the lives that were lost on this day. Not just the victims, but the first responders as well. Not just in New York, but in Washington and Pennsylvania as well. Since we're doing an Omega 1, one of the things I asked the staff was to think about where we were when it happened, and has anything changed in your life since then? Is there anything that you have done differently or become more acutely aware of regarding today's day and the events that happened? Some of us were glued to our TVs, some of us were working, some of us were young enough we didn't even know what was going on. Obviously, my connection to New York and my family makes it more prevalent for me. But I also think that remembering this day gives me an opportunity to remind me that I can choose compassion, understanding, and patience. I know I keep speaking about this, but I think it's so important to constantly have those reminders. I happened to have gone to New York a month after the 9/11 attacks happened, and I walked the streets and I saw the devastation, the steel beams sticking out of buildings and crumbled buildings and the smell of death everywhere. And I remember walking thinking, Kosovo, I'm walking in a war zone. And it made me feel connected to the other side of the planet for all the people who have had a life lived in war. And what does that mean? Can we as a society rise above that? Or are we headed for another one? In Omega, we talk about being the quiet force, the underlying current that makes a contribution to humanity. So since 9/11, I have been consciously thinking about embracing diversity and remembering not to react. I mean, the one thing I do remember in New York is how people changed. People were far more compassionate and kind. And where did that kindness go? Where did all that compassion go? The biggest thing, I think, what happened on 9/11 was the impact on the planet. I think on that day and the weeks to follow, there was an immense amount of fear flooded into this planet. An immense amount of fear that was put into this planet across the planet. And I don't think we've ever fully overcome that. I think that fear has still been like a seed planted, and that's what's perhaps that's what's oh, I lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry. I know that I have a training that's just about to start and I need to get in. So anyway, I just wanted to thank you all for joining me today and encourage you to think about not just this day, but your life. What has changed? Have you changed in any way, shape, or form since this day? How have you changed? And have you made an effort to be a contribution to this planet rather than to add onto the fear? So as I said, we're doing a training. Look forward to seeing all of you on Sunday if you want to show up for a graduation. We have a great group of people. Graduation's at 5:30. I'll talk to you then. Bye now.